but it has to be that you give me your all. System Arthur.
Well, System Arthur, what we're talking about is some of the fights that actually break out in the NBA, and it breaks out on the basis I'm saying. Let me say what I'm saying, Val. Okay?
Because we're not talking about that. We were talking about that one game. Don't make it seem like it's the whole NBA. Because that's not what we were talking about. We were talking about what happened between Detroit and Charlotte, that one game. Don't do that, Pop.
Well, let me say, can I say this? Is it all right?
Go ahead. Yeah,
Thank
but
you.
don't categorize it as the whole thing, because it's not the whole thing.
Can I say it the way that I'd like to say it? Is that okay? If I say it the way I'd like to say it? Is it okay? All right. You know, there's one thing, basketball is a competitive sport. That's what it is. It is not, and tennis is a competitive sport too, to that degree. Can I finish what I'm saying? You know, both of them are competitive sports, and we like to see sports be competitive to that degree. However, there is a line whereas if one player, when one player on a basketball team is disrespected by another player on the basketball on the opposing side, that's not giving your all energy. That's being disrespectful, and that's how a lot of fights.
No. We're not doing that, Pop. You're not doing that today. No. I'm not letting you present a narrative that is not true. What you're saying is not true at all. What you're saying about basketball, it's not tennis. Basketball is not tennis.
Okay, so then, but
right, let's not make a comparison between two things that are completely different. Tennis is one player against the other player. That is a one-on-one sport. This is not a 5-on-5 physical sport where people are banging against each other, pushing each other, fighting for position. Two different things. Please let's not conflate them. That is not the. You can never do that.
Why do two basketball players fight each other?
Because it is an emotional game in which is a physicality. They're literally fighting for position underneath the basket. They're literally, when someone goes up to go for a basket, someone's jumping at them, possibly smacking them in the head or pushing them to. This is a different thing.
Could you answer this question?
Come on.
Could you answer this question?
Of course, I can answer any question.
Okay, so when two basketball players start to fight and what winds up happening is bench is clear or it has to be broken up and they get ejected is because there's a level of disrespect that has happened from one player.
It's not. No, it's not. It's not a level of disrespect. What it is that there is emotion that is spilling over into a competitive competition in which people are having to use their physical bodies in order to fight for position to win a game. This is a whole different thing than tennis. Tennis players never touch each other. Tennis players stay on each side of the net. That's why you have these things spill out when you see soccer games and you have people playing physical. When it's a football game and people are playing physical, this is physical contact, one against the other, pushing and fighting and demanding position, gathering space for one another, for their teams. This is not simplistic. You should be very thankful that this doesn't happen all the time. Why? Because these guys have a level of control. These guys understand what they're playing for. These guys go out there and they know that it could become contentious, yet and still they maintain their composure, and that happens all the time. They play 82 games, 30 different teams, and you have a few fights that may break out in the course of the season, and you're trying to label an entire league fighters. No, you're not going to do that. That's not the way that this happens.
It's okay if we disagree on that, but we only have 7 minutes left.
Well, I know.
And Sister Martha, that's basically that's what we're talking about, Sister Martha. And if you wanted to have something to say about that, your microphone is open. Okay, Sister Martha doesn't want to comment on that situation. This is Ramadan, and she's fasting, and she don't feel.
Now you're gonna. I'm fasting too. Don't try that, Jason. Don't do that, Pop. Don't do that, Pop. Cut it out.
Well, make him up. Come on. Go ahead, Sister.
Alhamdulillah. I just want to add on to what was said because I remember when they first started playing basketball, we used to play it just for fun, have a good time and everything, you know. So when the Caucasians came in and saw the game, that's when they started using it for wherever for the ways it's going down now. At one time it was just a fun game, and then we had different communities, like on the other side of the street, they might have a competition, you know, like that. So that's the way that game was before they start, you know, turning into what they're a money thing now. We used to have a lot of fun playing basketball. Just the idea for, you know, we used to have a lot of fun. So that's what I want to tell you. That's how that game started. They started making money off of it when they saw the game. That's how they started making money. And plus was having too much fun.
Can y'all hear me now?
Alhamdulillah. Go ahead, sister.
Oh, okay. You can hear me now. I forgot I had to unmute another button here as I was trying to tie everything together. But just giving you the greetings and enjoying the conversation. And I understand that the thinking about competition. And as Sister Kareem just mentioned about the money, but my question is about the stats. How do the stats get calculated? Well, I don't know. Is it before they get on to being the 5 main persons that they've already gone through the competitive part about who's going to be chosen? So they really don't have to extra prove on the floor.
What do you?
I'm referring
what do you
to.
mean,
I'm referring to, you know, like different ones competing so that they began to not totally disrespect one another, but they're fighting for the fame and the top, the top. And is that, like you were saying? I think you were saying that ones aren't in a form of disrespect as they are competing with one another. Is that what I was hearing you say?
Well, what I was saying is that basketball, and I played for a very long time. Basketball is fun, as Sister Karan said. Basketball is extremely fun. Part of the fun of basketball is competing.
Okay.
Right? It's not just about dribbling the basketball or putting it into the hoop or playing defense. It is about the competition of the game, like any game. Right, and if you are engaged in the game and emotional about the game, it's always about who is going to win. Right, it's a win and lose thing. Right, it's always been that way in competition. So when I'm talking about the competitiveness rolling over into emotion, when you're playing at the highest level of basketball, you know, if you're in the park and you know you were little kids and you're just playing. You know, it is fun. It is about just having the basketball and throwing it up and enjoying it. But at a point, you want to put the ball in the hoop more than the other kids.
Mm-hmm.
That's a part of wanting to win the game, right? You know, if you're playing a free throw game and, you know, you get 10 shots, you want to get more shots than the other person.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And sometimes when you lose, you feel like, oh, man, let's play again. Mm-hmm. And there are all levels of emotion in the game. And so what I don't want to happen in the framing of this competition that these young men were engaged in which it wound up getting more emotional, was that this is somehow bad for basketball. It is not bad for basketball. It shows the level of care that people have in wanting to achieve a goal that they've played their whole lives for, to get to this position where they could play in the NBA, where they could play against the best players in the world. This is the highest level of competition, and sometimes it will be emotional. But to categorize it as something that is being used as disrespect, and no, this is not disrespectful. This is the natural element of emotion in a competition, and it should not be that we try to label it something else after we watch the incredible games that we've been seeing, which all come from the care and want and desire to win at a high level in the highest league of basketball.
You got it.
It's important to remember that.
I could have put those photos on the side.
With that being said, we are 1 minute out from the end of this segment, which, again, incredible segment. Truly appreciate all the energy. That's what we're supposed to do here on the show. Bring a great energy to the table. We didn't get a chance to go through the poster or not, which is Mercy Miller, Houston Cougars men basketball player, who went ahead and had an incredible dunk against the Iowa State Cyclones. The Houston Cougars are the number 4 team in the country. At college basketball, if you get a chance, and I know Sister Martha has been watching college basketball. College basketball is incredible right now as they move towards March Madness, the great tournament of 64 teams that will compete for the national title coming up in March. So look out for that. We will have the poster now for Mercy Miller popping in. With that being said, we're going to transition into the next hour, which is Let's Talk Real Quick. But before we do that, let's give Sister Martha and Brother Kareem Pop an opportunity to tell you a little bit about what's going on there.
Well, what we're going to do on the New Day Power Islam Community Radio is just because this is the month of Ramadan, every day for the rest of Ramadan, we will be playing in the 10 o'clock hour the jewels of the day. Right now, we're on the 4th part of the Quran. We played that this morning. The 4th part of the Quran, we played that this morning. And what we'll be doing is every morning we'll be playing, another part of the Quran. Tomorrow will be the 5th part of the Quran we will play. And then after that, when we will play Imam W.D. Muhammad, or we will continue with our regular programming, whichever one is more suitable. Of course, this is the month of Ramadan, and sometimes there's conversations that wants to be had. So every day, the way that the program is going to start, a New Day for Islam Community Radio is from 10 a.m. to we're gonna start with the Jews every day for the month of Ramadan. Sister Martha, what can you tell us about American Muslim 360?
Yes, at 7 a.m. we began the juice for the day. Imam Abdul Tariq El Amin, his English renderance of the juice is 7 a.m. Usually it takes about 30 to 40 minutes. And then, but on our days, Monday, are you going to be in on Monday tomorrow or Tuesday? Okay, 8 a.m.
Yes.
Because the juice ends around 7:40, and alhamdulillah. So that will take place tomorrow, Monday and Tuesday. You will come on, and the rest of the days, the 7 a.m. presentations. Wednesday is still 8 a.m. So anyway, today we start with 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. with Imam Kareem Hamid and Michael Hamid. And they come with contemplations of Imam Wardi Muhammad's tafsir of the Ramadan sessions. So that's the rest of today.
Alhamdulillah. We're getting ready to go into the next part of the Quick Hitters experience with Mr. Kivel and myself on cultural insights. And so what we're going to do, we're going to set it off like this. What you already know?
Well, you already know exactly what we do. We jumping into our second hour, which is Let's Talk Real Quick, where, of course, we celebrate hip-hop culture. This is a very interesting one because what we're going to do is we're going to start with quick hits, and we're going to use MC Lyte. Pop, what do you remember about MC Lyte?
I know that she was in the beginning of hip-hop. I know that. She was one of the first female rappers. I know that. She was one of the first. And I know that I liked the tone of her voice. I thought that the tone of her voice was, it represented women to a great degree, where it just felt like
Okay, everyone, I have to reconnect with a new day for Alice Love Community Radio.